Well, boys, I figured I'd give you an update. Sucks I didn't record little segments of when I dropped the oil pan after my assembly, but guys, it was scary. It was honestly scary. I didn't know if my tranny's gonna make it. What happened? Well, the first time I dropped the oil pan, happened whatever happened, and I expected that to happen. Bunch of shavings, because of the bushing. Well, on the second oil change, same thing happened. So I drove the car, 2-3 miles after the second oil change, and then I did a third oil change. I'm talking about the transmission, obviously. The bushing from that transmission just was all over that transmission. I took it easy on the car, but about on the on the fourth oil change, I got hope that this transmission is not gonna go kaboom. Why I say that is because on the third one I started seeing a little bit less shavings, but I was a bit skeptical. So on the fourth one I noticed even less, lesser shavings. And the biggest thing is the third and fourth time the shavings were much smaller, which we got less quantity of them. And now I was skeptical, and I'm like, is something else going on? Because the big chunks I understood it was from the bushing, but small stuff I wasn't very sure of it. Now, this is my fifth flush service, whatever you want to call it. I do not have a transmission pump, to where I could hook it up and just, run fluid. I've come to a conclusion thus far, the fact that those shavings got into the cooler, they got all over the system. So this is the best way I could do it. I'm on my fifth oil change, and now I'm going when I just dropped the oil pan, that was too dirty. I thought about it recording it, but my hands were rolling oil. The shavings were minimal. There were some. They're very small, little guys. Small quantity and small size. So now my heart's at rest that this tranny should be fine. Cross my fingers, of course. I've definitely shortened the life of it. But anywho's, figured while I have the plastics off, I'll show you under there and make it a 2-in-1 deal. Also show you how you would service your transmission. For you guys that are going to be watching this, how to service your transmission. I'm under the car, obviously. As you can tell, I got these long tube headers. One thing I absolutely hate about long tube headers is the fact that you got to rig your own. As you can tell right here, you see how that melted? Genius, whoever put this thing back together for me last time. I'm not going to say any names. Left one were leaning up against it, and here you could see how they melted. I had them routed. The guy had them routed through the stock way, which came too close to the headers. I just rerouted them through here, which is quite a bit further from the header. They were literally hanging out right here. So I don't know what the frick the guy was thinking. Sort of melted the piss out of these two, and definitely, as you can tell, there's contact there. But anyways, back to the transmission. Somehow this bolt stripped, so I was lucky enough it's a hollow through, straight through. So on the backside we put a little nut and a big old bolt. But anyway, so you got a T30. I wish I could zoom this thing out. It's just so zoomed in. Pretty much you pull this plug, drain your oil, you come in here and undo all your bolts, and you'll end up with a filter that would be sitting right in there, and then you just pop her out. This holds most of it, and this just sort of guides it. It's supposed to work as a mounting point, but it just wedges itself in there. I guess it mounts as well. So anyways, guys, sorry for this crappy video, but it gives you an idea. Guys, as far as the kits, no need to go out and buy some fancy kits. I have went to the dealership and I have bought that kit, and then I've bought this kit. Guys, it's just nothing. There's really no difference. So yeah, this is the part number from Napa. Go to Napa, they'll have it. Very surprising though, the Napa has them, but they do have them. So here you have the part number 18579. That comes with the filter and the seal, and I paid like $16 for that. And then, as y'all know, Mercedes doesn't use their own tranny. They use Shell ATF 134. It's like I pay $4 for this quart. Anyways, guys, that's all I had to share with you. behave and keep keep it under 100. Bye.